and the pyrotechnic show-stopping FX at the MGM Grand, starring this man, the 9-time Tony Award-winning Broadway legend, Tommy Tune. We caught up with Tommy in his dressing room prior to his 700th performance of FX.
I think a lot of people would be surprised that you're actually doing your own makeup. They would think that you have a makeup artist here to make you up for FX. But no.
Oh, the glamour of it all. No, you do your own. That's like on Broadway, you always do your own. I mean, there are people that designed it.
Yes.
Erin Stevens designed my makeup, and then she told me what to do because she ain't gonna show up every night.
No.
Twice. Twice a night. So now I know what to do.
This looks like a big Japanese bento box.
Everything's about food with you.
Well,
Is that because we're on the Food Network?
Somewhat, yeah. The entire time that you're doing the 2 shows here at the MGM Grand, you're really not eating anything between the shows at all?
A Cliff Bar. That's what I have between shows, and water.
A Cliff Bar is a nutrition for sustained energy bar. This is a carrot cake one. Now, what's going on while you're here in your dressing room doing your makeup? What's going on with some of the other cast members?
They get made up, and then they go downstairs and get notes from our dance captain about, who's out, because it's a very large cast. They're almost, it's over 100 people in the cast. We're running. It's time, isn't it?
Well, it's 20 after.
Well, I'll start on 1 foot.
It will be there.
Hey, there's something to come on up there. Good show.
Yeah, everybody.
May we all be the best that we can be. Gambate!
What actually happens to you personally during the circle experience? You're holding hands with the nucleus of people. What do you feel actually?
Well, that's where, you ask for it. You ask for it. You ask for the strength and the talent and the wherewithal and the safety to get through yet another performance.
Baby! And how do you make your first appearance, actually? Where will you be?
Coolest entrance I've ever had, because I've had a lot of really good entrances in my life.
That's a good thing to be able to say.
My one and only, I flew in.
Yeah.
This one, I rise from beneath the stage on an elevator, so you just start seeing my hat and then my head, and then I just keep coming up like that. There's that strength of being in the center of the stage with everybody looking at you and that vastness out there, and you sense it.
Coming up, Tommy Tune takes us on a tour of his desert hideaway. Tommy Tune has been called the first gentleman of Broadway. And it was this gentleman who opened his doors to us when we invited him to join us for a corner table lunch. Tommy's restaurant choice? His own dining room.
Chez moi.
With a meal catered from a favorite Vegas restaurant. Tommy Tune's Vegas abode is a Spanish-style home with a pool on a golf course and plenty of room for the 6'6" dancer and a tiny dog named Opie to stretch out.
This is the chef from Picasso, Julian Serrano.
I love your work. Thank you, sir.
And,
absolutely.
So instead of going there, he agreed to come here, so we can hang out and have a chat.
I love it.
So,
what are we having for lunch?
We want to have the first course. We want to have a gazpacho with crab and langoustine salad.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. For years I've been asking people what's in the refrigerator, but I never got actually to open one. So now I'm going to prowl around.
There's stuff here. Let's see what we got. We've got the important things like Veuve Clicquot. And a little dome.
But the top thing that I see here is golden flower Chinese herbs.
That's for Opie.
The dog.
Yes. See?
I thought I'd have a story here.
Well, that's the story.
For the dog.
He gets acupuncture once a week. He takes his herbs, and he's 13 years old, and he's like a kid.
Boy, how about this? This is my downfall in life. Peanut butter. It is?
I love it.
Let me just see how much is left.
Very little.
Well, this is your main competition, Julian Serrano, for the afternoon.
I love peanut butter. I can't help it. Julian, how's it going? I mean, do I have time to show Bill?
Almost ready. You have a few minutes, and we're almost ready.
We're getting hungry.
Please. Yes.
you know, I'm always hungry.
Very good.
Okay, we'll see you in a minute.
Okay. Ready.
This way. Well, This is what we call the living room.
There's
It's really the yoga room.
That's why there's no furniture?
So I, I can do all my stretching. Of course, I don't use furniture.
Why don't you like furniture?
Well, because I bump into it. Dancers are notoriously clumsy off stage. So
Off stage, Tommy likes to paint. He's working on a giraffe series and some charcoal self-portraits. First course, an
Julian,
artful
thank you very much. Now, what I
gazpacho
get you
with
is
crab meat and avocado.
You know, you have likened putting on a show to cooking, and you've put on some of the most successful shows of anyone in your generation. But explain that.
This is so good.
You're right. No, eat. Don't explain.
It
Wonderful.
is. Sometimes when I'm directing a show, I'll wear my chef's clothes
Really?
to the theater. Yeah, because it is like mixing, because you want the right spice and the main dish, and it's entertaining. It's having someone to your home, making a meal for them. It's the same as putting on a show. It's all one thing.
How do you like this?
I love it. It's so good. Delicate.
The gazpacho was amazing, and earlier in the day we went into the kitchen at Picasso to see how Chef Serrano makes the creation. He begins by adding chopped cucumber, tomato, onion, yellow pepper, cumin, garlic cloves, salt, pepper, and
also,
pieces of crusty bread.
The reason I put the bread is really to make it all together thicker and also make a little bit creamy.
Water,
And also
olive
cherry
oil,
vinegar.
and sherry vinegar are added, and the soup then stands refrigerated for an
You
hour.
really wanted to use
Tomato juice is added, then it's pureed and strained through a sieve. To prepare the crab meat, half of the avocado is sliced and the crab meat is placed in the center and then molded together. To plate the dish, the avocado is placed in the center of the bowl and the chilled soup is spooned around it. It's garnished by crab meat and finely diced vegetables. Our next course, a langoustine salad with red pepper vinaigrette.
I'm sure as an artist and choreographer, you enjoy just the presentation.
Well, yeah, and Julian, he works for a place called Picasso. You got to do art. And he did. It's wonderful.
Tell us a little bit about your food palette. The wide range. There's never been better food available, in our lives. Now,
Yeah,
what are your?
I love food. I
Which
just
way does
love
the
it.
compass point, and which way doesn't
If I had to
it?
choose one cuisine, I think it would be Thai. I'm crazy for Thai food. Italian food, French food, I love it all. I think that I prefer sushi in Japan to sushi here. There's something about the freshness of it, or I don't know, the authenticity of it in Japan. I mean, I remember once I was taken to a very elaborate meal because they're great hosts, the Japanese, and they brought out this lacquer box, put it on the table, and it was jumping. And I went, oh God, what is it? And there was a fish in there, and it was live, and he took it out and put it down on the block and cut it off and served me up. Now that is fresh sushi.
Sushi aside, if Tommy could eat only one thing with impunity for the rest of his life, what would it be?
Oh, I just love potato chips. I love really fine potato chips. They're just it. But I keep them to a minimum. They're not terribly good for you. Oh, but I do love potato chips.
So you bags.
Potato chips and champagne, potato chips and caviar. Mwah! Delicious.
That salty taste. We close all of our programs with a toast from our guests. So, to our Food Network viewers, what would you like to say to them? Yeah.
Oh, drive fast, take chances.
I toast you to have the good fortune to have fun, food, and family, and enjoy them all in equal measure.
Eat, drink, laugh, love, live. Have it every day.